Hi, welcome to my channel, Mindful Maximum Performance. In this series of videos, we are going to look at how to stretch our horses. And before we actually begin the stretching exercises, I just wanted to make a video to talk about the benefits, the best time to stretch, guidelines for successful stretching, when not to stretch, and how the studies have helped us to understand how this can improve our horses' overall range of motion and flexibility. So there are many benefits to stretching, as in humans for horses. Like I just said, it improves flexibility, it prevents injuries, enhances performance, promotes circulation, and reduces muscle soreness. When our horses are able to go in their full range of motion with their joints, they are able to express themselves more in their movement, and they are able to cover better ground. They are able to bend and flex their bodies more easily. And this helps to improve any kind of discipline. Also, for older horses, it can really help to maintain their range of motion as they age. So as it improves flexibility, obviously it prevents injuries, creating a stronger and more balanced horse. If we have improved flexibility, we also can enhance its performance. The promotion of better circulation is something that really needs to be considered when stretching horses, because as a rule, they don't have the best kind of circulation unless they are living in conditions that allow them to move constantly. But horses that are staying in stalls for a few hours a day or more are going to have some kind of difficulty with their circulation. So this can really help those horses too. And of course, if we have better circulation, we are going to reduce muscle soreness in recovery times. So when is the best time to stretch? The best time to stretch is really tailored to your horse. Hi, Camilla. Before exercise is a great way to start your workout. I do say that the horse needs to be slightly warmed up before you do the stretching, again for the circulation issue that I was speaking about earlier. It can also be great after exercise. That's when I tend to do it, after a light flat workout or something like that. I like to just let her stretch, especially if I've done some collection work. It can be during grooming. So if you are one of those people who loves to curry comb your horse and do some vigorous grooming, then stretching after that can be very beneficial. And another way I like to do it as well is on rest days. I find that when I'm giving my horse a recovery day and I do stretching, it's great for the relationship because I'm not seeing her just for work. I will always warm her up a little bit, 5-10 minutes of walking. And then maybe just the rest day will be dedicated to a session of stretching. Special considerations, we always have to consider what their age is, their fitness level, if they have any existing health conditions or anything like that that's going to restrict their ability to stretch. So if I have a very young horse, I will be very cautious because young horses don't always have the best of balance. So it will be done very gradually. And if I have an older horse that could have some chronic health conditions or just a very reduced range of motion due to the age and the joints, I would go very carefully with the stretching. So guidelines for successful stretching are warm up before you stretch. So like I said before, if you're living in an area like we are in Florida, where it's hot all the time, and if your horse is living outdoors, most likely you don't need to do much warm up. But if your horse is stalled or living in a cooler environment, I would always make sure that you get the blood circulating. Another guideline for successful stretching is consistency. Now, you don't want to stretch your horse once in a while. If you want to get the improvements from the stretching, you need to stretch the horse at least 3 to 5 times a week. Put aside those 10-15 minutes to do the little stretching session, and you will see real results. Otherwise, you're not going to see so many if you're not consistent. And of course, for another guideline for successful stretching is proper technique. And by that I mean that the horse must not be in tension when you are asking him to make a stretch, whether it be a forelimb, a hind limb, or part of his body. You really need him to be on board with the stretching, and this may take some training, not something that happens in the first session, and you may have to start small to get big. And the proper technique is not just for your horse, but it's also for you, the practitioner or the owner or the rider. Because if you don't have good technique, your horse will not trust that you have that part of the body, and you may actually strain yourself. So before you do anything, we will really go over the technique of how to hold these limbs and how to give the horse the support it needs, at the same time supporting ourselves. And if you do have some kind of existing health condition that does not allow you to pick up the horse's legs or hold some weight, then maybe stretching is not for you. And now we're going to go on to the topic of when not to stretch. I do not stretch horses if they have an injury or they are in pain, if they have inflammation or swelling, if I cannot do the proper technique, if they have extreme fatigue, and that can mean coming off a cross-country course, finishing an endurance ride, or heat exhaustion from just the environment, like here in Florida, or immediately after any kind of intense exercise. So those are kind of the rules and the benefits, and when to stretch and when not to stretch. All these benefits can be found in the scientific studies that I have listed in the description of this video below. You can look at the studies that were done specifically on horses and how stretching has improved their performance, their flexibility, and their overall life. So I look forward to showing you in the next videos how to stretch your horse, and I hope you've enjoyed this video, and please like and subscribe to my channel. Have a good day.